Welcome to episode 3 here of the SMMA AI series, and today's video is going to be value packed to the teeth. I'm going to set up the website and the main funnel that we're going to use to actually get new clients into the agency. We have a ton of stuff to cover, so without further ado, let's just dive right into it. So we're inside of my computer, and here is what I'm going to cover in today's video. First of all, I'm going to talk about the lead connector email as well. I have something I need to clarify from the last video. Then we're going to talk about the different plans for HighLevel. We have the freelancer plan and the agency pro plan. We're going to discuss the differences between the two essentially. Then we're going to talk about the funnel design for this new funnel and this new website that we're going to use for the agency. And then we're actually going to create the funnel as well. Now, let's start off with the lead connector email, because if we go to HighLevel, in the previous video, I showed you guys how to set up the actual email integration with HighLevel. And I have a couple of things that I want to clarify how I actually managed to set it up. So if you go to email services, then we go to dedicated domain and IP. This is how I decided to do it. So it's replies.roofmax.email. This is what I'm going to use for my clients. And then do not reply.roofmax.email. This is what I'm going to use for my agency. So I did set up one separately for my clients and one separately for myself. And then also for the notifications email, I set up a third one called notification.roofmax.email. I also want to fix this IP, this dedicated IP, which is going to cost $59 extra per month, which I think is definitely worth it. However, as of right now, HighLevel is out of IPs. And just to make this even more clear how I did it, if we go to Namecheap, this here you can see what type of CNAME records I did set up and also the TXT records that I set up. And here below you can also see all of the MX records that I did set up for HighLevel as well. And if you need some further help to actually do this, there is a great help support article on help.gohighlevel.com. And if you search for how to set up a dedicated sending domain, then you can basically read this article in this video here as well. We'll show you exactly how to do it step by step. It's super easy to do. So with that out of the way, now let's continue and talk about the freelancer plan that HighLevel has for $297 per month, and also the agency pro plan that they have. So if we go into the account and if we go back here to the agency dashboard, you will see that it says SaaS mode is live on the pro plan. Now, if you started a 30-day free trial under my link, then you will currently be on the pro plan already, and you can either downgrade to the $297 plan or the $97 plan. I cannot start a free trial on my own link, obviously, so I'm currently on the normal 14-day free trial, and that's why I'm seeing this here, right? But if I click on upgrade now, this is actually very important, and not a lot of people do really know what's the difference between those plans. And HighLevel, they're not super clear about the differences either, so I want to clarify it. Now, if you pay $97 per month, you get everything included inside of HighLevel, but the main difference is that you're going to get one business account that you can use for yourself or for a client. Now, I don't actually think if this is accurate as of right now, because I've heard some people say that on the $97 plan, you get 2 or even 3 business accounts. Maybe they just haven't updated it in here. But that is for $97 per month. You get 1 or 3 sub accounts, whatever that might be, right? If you upgrade to the $297 plan, which I'm currently on, then you get unlimited business accounts. And what's really cool here as well is that you can start to white label the actual desktop app as we've done here, you know, with the domain and also with the logo. You also get access to memberships and chat support and phone support. But really the main thing here that you're paying for is to get unlimited business accounts that you can use for a client, and that you can actually white label it and use it as your own software. Now, if you pay $497 per month, this is called the pro plan or the SaaS plan. The main difference here is that you can start to resell HighLevel as a software business. But there's also a very, very important thing to keep in mind if you're going to run like a done-for-you SMMA business as well. And that is that, first of all, you get access to the split testing. So this is for your funnels. You'll be able to A/B test your landing pages, which is crucial if you're running a social media marketing agency and if you're helping clients and helping them to get leads and booked appointments. If you don't have access to the split testing, basically you shouldn't even start an SMMA, if you ask me. Because think about it like this. If you run ads for a client, and sure, you can optimize the clicks from your ads to the landing page and try to make that better. But if you take a landing page opt-in rate from 10% to 20%, well, now you've doubled the amount of leads that you generate for your clients without even having to change anything inside of the ads. So the split testing is super, super important. That's really the only reason why I pay for the Agency Pro plan. Also, a huge thing is that you get access to email, phone, and text rebilling when you pay for the $497 per month plan. Because as your clients start to send emails and as they start to send text messages as well, if you don't have the Agency Pro plan, you you will have to pay for that. But if you pay the $497 per month, then you can rebill your clients with a small markup and they pay for their own usage, which is a huge difference. So what I'm actually going to do today is that I'm actually going to upgrade to the $497 plan because I just have to get access to the split testing. So I'm going to click on upgrade, and then I'm going to go through this system here, or I'm going to pay monthly. And there we go. Transaction successful. Your account has been upgraded. And that is basically it. Also, when you sign up, which is really cool, is that HighLevel want to send you a goodie bag and a t-shirt. I've already done this, so I'm going to click skip for now. So let's continue with the video and let's talk about funnel design. And this is like the traditional VSL funnel design that most people use and that I actually recommend that people use. And this is also what I teach people to use inside of the free SMMA course. And basically how you do this is that you have a lander or landing page. And this is where you drive your traffic to, either organic or you run paid ads and you try to get your target market to visit your landing page. When they come to your landing page, then they can opt in and then they can watch a VSL video. And VSL basically stands for a video sales letter. We're going to talk more about that today. Then after they've watched the actual VSL video, then they can go to your calendar, they can book a call and also fill out a survey. Then you will basically confirm those booked calls. You can see, okay, this is a good fit. You jump on a call and then you do the actual Zoom call and you do the sale. And also the confirmation is more so of a confirmation page. You take them to a confirmation page. So let's go over some pros and cons with the traditional VSL funnel. The pro is that the traditional VSL funnel, again, is what I recommend that people use in most scenarios. This is what I teach inside of the free SMMA course as well, as mentioned. Great funnel to use for both opt-ins and booked calls to scale. When starting out, definitely use this funnel. A con, though, with this funnel, since I'm building this business, brand and funnel publicly here on YouTube right now, I know that a lot of you guys will go through this funnel. And if I have my calendar publicly available, it will get spammed. I know that for a fact. And that is not the best idea. Also, we have a requirement on what type of clients that we actually do work with. So we want them to make at least $3 million per year, preferably even $5 million per year. So we will not even jump on calls with every roofer that might be interested or solo contractors that might be interested in working with us. So we more so want to have like an application funnel. And also I want to guard myself to people who funnel hack my website and funnel, right? Because I've been through this multiple times before, that people book calls that are not really ideal clients. So the solution is that I will tweak the traditional VSL funnel slightly to basically fit my needs or our needs in this agency right now. So let me show you exactly how I plan to do that. I'm still going to have a lander, and I call this the roofmax.ai funnel. And it's going to be very similar. So we're going to have a lander or a landing page as before. They opt in, they're going to watch a VSL video, and we're also going to add some block copy underneath the video. So I'm going to show you exactly what that is and why we use it and why I've decided to do block copy specifically for this industry. Then after they've watched this and read the block copy, we will take them to an application page where we will have a survey that they can fill out. And then after that, we will basically have a confirmation page. So we'll tell them, hey, we received your application. We will reach out to you soon if you're a good fit. And then what we will do is that we will put every single one that fills out this form to Google Sheet, and then me and my business partner will be able to review every single one that have applied to work with us, and then we can choose whatever person we want to contact. We can contact them, book a Zoom call, and then start the sales process. So it's more so of an application funnel. We don't want to have a ton of clients, as I talked about in the first video. We're happy serving 10 to 15 clients, but since we're doing this new offer right now, we don't have a fixed fee, but rather, you know, if we have a client and we bring them 10 to 20 sales per month and we're getting $500 to $1,000 per sale, well, now we're making between 5 to 20K per month from one client. If we're having 10 clients, we should pretty easily be able to make over 100 grand per month with this agency. So let's go over exactly and let's build this funnel. I've actually prepared it, but I'm going to show you guys exactly how I done it, and I'm going to finalize everything with the domain as well, and so on and so forth. So the first thing that we need to do is that we need to connect the root domain of roofmax.ai to the HighLevel sub account, essentially. So let's do that first. So HighLevel and Cloudflare. To be able to connect our domain directly to HighLevel and use our root domain, we need to use a service called Cloudflare. So I'm going to walk you through that today. And Cloudflare is basically a large network of servers that can improve the security, performance, and reliability of everything connected to the internet. And it's free to use, which is really, really cool. So we're going to sign up. So we need an account to host our website with HighLevel. And again, Cloudflare is 100% free to use. So that is what we're going to leverage. Then we're going to connect our domain to Cloudflare. And then from Cloudflare, we're going to connect it to HighLevel using a record. Then we're also going to add some some CNAME records. So we're going to make sure that we add the www version as well of the website and redirect that to HighLevel. And then we're going to add some page rules, and we're going to add the root domain to the actual website essentially, right? So let's go through this step by step. Step number 1 is just to go to cloudflare.com, and we are going to sign up with a new account, which is super simple. So I'm gonna put in my email here, and I'm gonna select the password, and then I'm going to click on sign up. Then we're just gonna click on add a website or application. I'm going to add my domain in here, roofmax.ai, and then click on continue. And here are the different pricing plans. We just need the free plan, so we will click on that and then click on continue. The next step is to just review our current DNS records that we have over at Namecheap. So as you can see, Cloudflare basically identified all of the different CNAME, MX records, and TXT records that we have inside of Namecheap as of right now. And as you can see right here, verify that DNS records below are configured correctly. These records take effect in Cloudflare after you update your name servers. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to take the name servers from Namecheap, and we're going to redirect them over to Cloudflare. And then all of these ones, these DNS records, are going to take effect inside of Cloudflare instead. And you don't have to do this manually. Everything is just happening for you under the hood, so it's very convenient and very easy. So then I'm going to click on continue here. And now what we're going to do is that we're going to change our name servers. So we're going to remove the following name servers, and then we're going to add Cloudflare's name servers instead. And how you can think of Cloudflare and also Namecheap is that the domain is basically just the name of a number string that people can search for on the internet. So instead of writing a long number string to come to your website, you use a domain name, basically get to that website. So domain is just a placeholder essentially. And now what we're doing is that we're taking that domain or that placeholder and we're pointing it to kind of the server where our website is going to live, or we're connecting HighLevel to our domain. And to do that, we need Cloudflare. That is just a simple explanation of what it actually is or what it does. So now what I need to do again is that I need to go back into Namecheap. I'm going to go into my account. I'm going to go into my manage my domain. So here we have roofmax.ai. We go back to domains instead, and then under domains you will see here it says name servers, and right now we have Namecheap Premium DNS. We're gonna change this to custom DNS, and now we have 2 name servers here. So I'm gonna go back to Cloudflare. I am going to copy the first one. I'm going to paste it right here, and then I'm gonna copy the second one, and I'm gonna paste it right there. So we have 2 of them. I'm gonna click on the save button, and then it's loading. Now we have these 2 name servers. That's good. And then I will click on done, and then we're going to check the actual name servers. Then we're going to get presented with this page, right? And it's basically states that it can take up to 24 hours for these name servers to be completed. Normally that's not the case. It's a lot quicker. I'm going to click on check name servers now. Cloudflare is now checking the name servers for RoofMax. Please wait a few hours for the update. Normally it just takes a few minutes, but I'm going to wait here for a couple of minutes and we should be good to go. So we're back. It's been about 1.5 hours and it's now active. So what we can do now is that I can click right here, and then it says great news, Cloudflare is now protecting your site. That's great. Now we click on DNS, and now you can see that all the DNS records that we have from Namecheap, they have basically moved over to Cloudflare now automatically, so that's great. But the next thing we want to do, if we go back to the presentation, is that we have now signed up, and the next thing we want to do is to add an A record for your root domain pointing to the number string located in HighLevel DNS only. So if I go back to HighLevel now, I am going to go into the RoofMax sub account, and we are going to go to settings, then to domains, then we're going to add a domain. So I'm going to click add domain, and I'm going to write in roofmax.ai. Sure, we can do that. We click on continue. Then it will say that we have Cloudflare, which we do. I'm going to click on authorize domain, and then HighLevel makes it super simple for us, so we don't have to go through any manual setup at all. We can just click on authorize, and there we go. Now we basically added the domain to HighLevel. Super simple with one click. So now I want to link this to my funnel that I'm going to show you in a sec, and I want to add the landing page where we link it essentially. And there we go. Now we're pretty much done. Now the next thing we want to do is to create a page rule. However, since HighLevel just made it so simple for us to actually create or connect the domain now, we will not have to create a page rule inside of Cloudflare. And we can actually test this. So if I open up a new incognito window, and if we go to roofmax.ai right here, you will see that the domain is now working, and now we're getting a preview of the actual landing page, which I will show you in a sec. But if we do another test here, and if we do the www version as well, you will see that that one is is working as well. So everything is working. It's super easy to do this now. I wasn't actually aware that they have made it this simple. That's good news. So let's continue. So we've connected the domain to the RoofMax HighLevel sub account. And now what we want to do is to actually create the funnel steps. So we want to go through the landing page, the VSL page with the block copy included. We're also going to cover the survey page and the actual survey that I'm created. And then finally the confirmation page. And then we're going to fix all of the slugs and all of the SEO, the metadata for all of the individual pages. So we're going to create unique slugs and SEO meta titles and descriptions for each page. Then we're going to talk about grow form. So this is a guy called Harvey Carpenter who created this form builder, which is really, really cool. He actually reached out to me via email, and I've been using all of these different form builders like Jotform or Typeform, and it's actually a problem because I've been utilizing the HighLevel surveys and forms for our clients for a long period of time now because it makes the A/B testing so much easier. But then when Harvey reached out, he said that he potentially had a solution to that, so we've been talking about that, and now I'm actually going to use his form inside of my agency as well. They look really, really cool, so I'm going to show you guys them today. And then also Zapier, we'll basically make sure that we get all of the grow form survey applications into Google Sheet, and that will make sense as I walk you through. And then we're going to test everything to make sure everything is working end to end. So let's just start off now with the funnel step. So if we go into HighLevel here again, I can close everything else because everything is working now. If you go into sites and then if you go into funnels, you can see that I've spent, I don't know how many hours today, maybe 5 hours today to build out this funnel and design it. So I want to show you guys what it looks like and how I've been designing it essentially. So the landing page is very, very simple, very, very minimalistic. We just have the logo on top. Then we say free on-demand class reveals how to sell more roofs with AI. Only pay when you close a client. And then if they click show me how, we have a survey that pops up and we say the same thing here. Sell more roofs with AI. Only pay when you close a client. We ask for their name, email, phone number, and then they agree to the actual terms and conditions. Then they can opt in, and then we're going to take them to the video page. Here we're still utilizing the HighLevel forms. Then we have the VSL video page. So if I open up this, you will see that this is basically what the video page is going to look like. Again, we have the logo, sell more roofs with AI, only pay when you close a client. Then we're actually auto playing the video here. Right now I just have a placeholder video. In the next video, in episode number 4, we're gonna actually create this VSL video. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I do the pitch deck and how I record it, the length of the video, why I have it at that specific length, basically everything. And you can also see that the video is being auto-played, right? And we get this click to turn on sound, and that little animation shows on the screen as well. I'm gonna show you guys how you can get this. It's just a code snippet essentially. But this is the video page. They land here after they opt in. Then we have something called block copy. We have different blocks of copy, hence we call it block copy. What makes us different? We have the what, we have the why work with us, we have the who do we work with, and then we have how to actually get started. We have the what, why, who, and how. So what makes us different? Well, we don't charge any upfront fees, only pay us when you close a client. Latest ad tracking and AI optimization technology. I just want to make it super simple for the business owners who overview this page to quickly understand what it's about. That's why when I craft this VSL video as well, I want to keep the video pretty short, 3 to 5 minutes, just to overview the main things what they can get from working with us. And really the main thing that is different with my agency or with our agency right now, because I am a partner with Suli, is that we don't charge any upfront fee. This is really the nirvana that a lot of roofers and solar contractors want. They want the deals to be like this because so many agencies right now, including myself up until this point, we ask for $2,000, $3,000 or $4,000 upfront per month, which it's still a viable, really, really good offer to do. It's just that it's not that unique and new anymore. It's been like that forever. So now when we're coming out of the gate, basically offering people that, hey, you don't have to pay us any fees upfront. We're going to do all of the work for you. And only when you close a client, that's when you're going to pay us essentially. We have a really good offer, and I just want to make it easy for people or the roofing and solar contractor business owners to understand that this is what we do. And obviously we're going to have the video then that highlights that even more. Why work with us? Serving the roofing solar sector since 2017. Over $4 million in client advertising spent in the last 12 months. Proven success. For example, Nolan's Roofing, 14 million to 33 million in 24 months. Pretty good results as well. Who do we work with? US-based residential roofing solar contractors. Businesses already generating over $3 million annual revenue. Really, I would like this to be like 5. Companies with a solid sales process set for expansion. And the reason why we want to have this at $3 million or $5 million is because if you're a roofing or solar contractor already making $3 to $5 million per year, or maybe even 10 or $15 million per year already, you have a sales team in place, you know the business operations, you have an office manager, you're not that roofing owner who's running around with all of the hats doing everything yourself, but you actually have a real legit business setup and you have people working for you. And when you get more leads, you have salespeople who know what to do with those leads, and you're also ready ready to expand. You don't need to like panic and hire a lot of people. These are the type of companies we want to work with because we know that we can just get them a ton of leads and they're going to be able to close them and make a lot of money from those leads. And hence that's the only way we will make money as well. We're actually incentivized to help those people make a lot of money because that's the only way we will make a lot of money as well. So it's a great partnership setup. How to get started? Click below and complete the application survey. Meet the team and get a custom strategy over Zoom. We set up the system and get to work, right? So it's pretty straightforward. Like just click the link below. Then we're also doing this. So we only service 10 clients at any given moment. If you see a red button below, it means we have openings to take on additional clients. As of right now, since this is a new offer, we don't have any clients for this offer, but as we start to pick up new clients for this offer, we will fill this out and we will use real scarcity. We basically tell people that we only want to work with 10 clients. And the goal again is to have 10 clients paying us more than $10,000 each. So that's how we're going to make it to that plus $1 million per year agency. And then it's very simple. It's just start your application so that it can apply. And then we will take them to the next page, which is the application page. So if we open up this, it will say apply now. And now we have this form builder from Growform, which I will show you in a sec. They look really, really good. They're super easy to make. So what's your role in the business? They can say owner, decision maker, or employee, because I really only want to take calls with either decision maker or an owner. I don't want to take calls with an employee or like a sales rep, which is actually not that uncommon. So let's say they can click on I'm the owner. Then what type of business do you operate? They can click, yeah, I'm a residential roofing and residential solar. You can see all of the animations. And this is something that I notice when I go through the different form builders, that they actually look good, that they make sense. It's good font, good design, and that the JavaScript animations are just clean, minimal, and looks good. You can control the fonts and the colors yourself. So let's say it's just a residential roofing company right here. They click on continue. What is your business annual revenue? You know, less than 1 million, 1 to 3 million. Then we have from 3 to more than 20, right? Obviously, we want to work with people in this range. Let's say they click 3 to 5 million. Then which of the following advertising methods do you currently use? So they can click like, yeah, I do Facebook ads, canvassing, call center, TV and radio, and we do referrals as well. Then how much do you spend on advertising per month right now? Less than $1,000, 1,000 to 5,000, and then we even have more than 50 grand, right? So let's say they spend 10 to 25,000. How many sales reps do you have? Really, we want them to have at least like, 5 plus is really good, or 6 to 10 or 11. How much do you pay per lead on average right now? We can get a gauge of that as well. Let's say they pay 50 to 100 bucks per lead right now. We ask them for their website, their address. So I'm just, let me just do a fake address here. And then anything else that we should know about your business. So tell us more about your business. Let's say blah, blah, blah. And then we ask them for their name essentially here. So John Doe at gmail.com, and then just a phone number like that. And then when they click submit, it will actually redirect us to the correct final page. As of right now, we don't have that page because we haven't set up the slugs yet, but that is basically that page. And I wanted to do an opt-in here so we can review the lead later. But then finally, we just take them to confirmation page. If we open up the confirmation page here as well, you can see that this confirmation page is very similar. It says thanks, and then we're going to say the first name of the actual person who applied essentially. So it will say thanks, Max. We will be in contact soon. Then I will just have a quick video here just thanking the person for showing interest, and then we just have some video testimonials here below. So from low sum to 8 figures in 90 days, from 14 million to 33.6 million in 2 years, 12 to 15 set appointments every single day, and we're just gonna build this out. And also, as you can see here, we will donate 1% of all the revenue that we generate to Charity Water. This is one charity that I'm personally very involved in and like a lot myself. 100% of the money that people donate go towards actually helping people to get clean water. So that is basically the funnel setup. And as you can see, the difference here is obviously that we don't let people to book calls. And again, I've already explained why, both because I'm doing this public on YouTube, so a lot of people will find it and go through it. And I know that from previous experience, a lot of people still opt into home service, kind of the brand that I have previously or still do. So right now, this is kind of how we do it. And I think still a lot of you guys will go through this and kind of apply, but now at least we can decide who we contact and who we book calls with. Now, slugs and SEO. So create unique slugs and SEO meta titles and descriptions for each page. Obviously here for the landing page, if we go into settings, this is the root domain, so we will not have to change that. For the VSL page, I'm gonna fix the slugs for that. And I'm actually not gonna show you guys what the slugs are, because then I know that a lot of you will go through it. So now I've basically fixed all of the slugs, but also what I want to mention here, I've already done this, but for those of you who don't know how you fix the SEO meta title inside of HighLevel, it's very, very simple. You basically go into the actual funnel page, you click on settings, then you click on SEO metadata, and then you can change the title of the page. So as you can see here, this is basically the title. This is what we'll be be shown here. It's also what will be shown on Google if somebody Googles for this specific website or name. Now, I'm not really going to care about the SEO that much. The only thing that I really care about is just the title that's shown here in the tab and in the web browser. I'm just keeping it very simple. I'm just saying roofmax.ai, sell more roofs with AI, only pay when you close a client. I basically keep it the same, and I use an image here, like the logo as well for the social image. I'm just keeping it very simple and very minimalistic. Now, what I want to do when the slugs are done is that I need to make sure that we have the form set up the right way. So if I go into forms and then builder, and then we go into the landing page form right here, this is the form that we have on the landing page. If I click here, I just want to make sure that we are under options, that whenever somebody submits this one, we want to open the URL and we want to take them to https roofmax.ai/VSL. And just to make sure that it's the correct one, I'm going to open it up and it takes us to the VSL page. Perfect. I'm going to click on save. Also, if I go into the funnel here, I want to make sure that each individual step is set the correct way. So if I edit this page, I just want to make sure that whenever somebody opts in on the first page, we need to send them to the correct page, right? So it says here, if I basically open the pop-up, I click here on the pop-up settings, and then if I click on the form right here, button actions, redirect, use action form builder. Basically what we want to do when somebody opts in is that we want to go to specific URL, and it's going to be this URL, right? The VSL page. So we do it like that. I'm going to click on save. Then what we're going to do is that when somebody comes to our VSL video page and they basically click on the button to go to the next step, we want to take them to the survey page. And if I'm not mistaken, that is going to be apply, roofmax.ai/apply. Yeah, there we go. So we go to the button here. And if somebody clicks on this one, then we want to go to a website URL, button actions. We want to take them to this apply page. That's perfect. We click on save. And now what we want to do, once that is done, we can just test this out. So if we open up this and if we click on this one, we should take them to the apply page where we have the survey. Perfect. And now we can talk about Growform. So if you go to maxperzon.com/Growform, you can use this if you want to sign up. It's an affiliate link. It's not mandatory. I'm literally recommending this because I'm actually going to use this myself. And I want to talk about why Growform is actually really cool. First of all, they look really, really good. And I'm also going to talk about what the potential problem is with Growform, right? And what the solution for that is going to be. But I'm first of all just going to log in here. And this is basically the inside of Growform. As you can see, it's very simplistic, but it looks and works really, really well. So if you click on create new form, they have a bunch of different forms that you can use. And I really like this because I'm in the roofing and solar industry and I can use this for my clients potentially. We're going to talk about that soon. But if I click on solar here and I can call this solar client number 1, whatever they are called, I click on create form, boom, here's the form. And then I can actually view this form as well. If you have tested a lot of forms and if you've run a lot of ads in your agency for your clients, you know that it's not easy to build forms that are converting. And it all comes down to having very minimalistic forms without a bunch of images, just making them look good, having a good message, making them interactive and fresh, and also being able to brand it. Growform is by far the best looking form builder that I've come across that actually allows you to do what you want to do. You can also basically custom paste them into your high-level funnels as well. So here's a pre-built solar funnel for you. Get your free solar savings report. You could obviously change this wording around. I would to make it, have a little bit better offer here, but these still work. Then how much sun does your roof typically get? Full sun. What type of roof do you have? Yeah, I have a flat roof. And then how much is your average monthly electricity bill? Yeah, 100 to 200. And you can put in your address here. So if you search for an address, right? If I just put in some random address here, like A, B, whatever, and here in Sweden, boom, it's gonna auto-populate the address, which is also really cool. And then you have your name, email, and phone number with the area codes here as well. And then you can get savings, and then you can redirect them to wherever you want. And they have a bunch of different ones as well. So they have pre-built forms for like lots mortgages, real estate, roofing, solar site survey. This one is actually interesting. I want to check this one out as well. Solar site survey, solar survey form, internal use. Okay. So they have a bunch of pre-built one, and they have big clients as well using Growforms that are spending a lot of money into it. So all of these forms are like tested and proven and tested. And I've also met Harvey on an actual call. We jumped on a call. Super cool guy. So that is basically how you use it, right? And I can show you how easy it is to build your own form as well. So if you want to create a new form here, you can, let's say we want to start with a blank slate, and I want to call this test, create form. It's very, very simple to use. So you have different steps here. So let's say this is is step number 1. This is basically buttons. So here you can edit what the different buttons are going to say. Now, let's say I want to add another step, right? So I can click on edit steps. I want to add a step right here, and I want to have another step on front, and I'm going to click on update. And let's say here I want the title, but I don't want this thing or form navigation we have to have, but we can put in, for example, an email, or we can put in website, or we can put in the one that I like to use a lot is buttons. Okay, so we will have to delete some of this first before we can use buttons. But if we use buttons here, you can make it required, obviously, but you can also make it multiple, so people can select multiple different ones. Also, what you can do is that in the style, you can make it from a rectangle to a square. And then let's say I want to have 3 per row, and I just want to have 3 options, right? So it's 1 row. Now what you can do here as well is that you can add images for each individual box here as well. So you can make them very interactive and look really, really good. And this is exactly then, if we go back to my form, the roofmax.ai, you can see that this is exactly how I built it. So I have a black background. You can change the colors however you want to. Then we have the business type. Then I ask for the annual revenue, advertising methods, monthly ad spend, number of sales representatives, etc., etc. It's really, really cool. Now, here's the thing. The problem with not only GrowForm, but really all form builders, when you want to use it with HighLevel, I want to mention this because it's very important. And I talk about this inside of the free SMMA course as well. When you build a funnel, now you can see that I can do A/B testing as well. And this is really only possible when you're on the Pro plan, as I upgraded to today. If you're not on the Pro plan, you will not be able to A/B test. And the reason why I mentioned that is because when you A/B test, you want to see, did this variation get the most opt-ins, or did the B variation get the most opt-in? If you use surveys or forms that are natively inside of HighLevel, meaning HighLevel's own forms and surveys, then this becomes very easy to do. Because when you go to stats here for a landing page, let's say, you can see exactly how many have opted in. Okay, on the landing page, we had this many page views and these many people opted in. So you will see what the conversion rate is. And if you're doing sales, you will be able to track all of that. That works really, really well when you're using the native surveys and forms inside of HighLevel. However, when you start to implement a third-party form or survey builder like GrowForm or JotForm or Typeform, doesn't matter, then the A/B testing tracking will not work with HighLevel. So you're basically forced to use the surveys that HighLevel has. However, the problem with HighLevel surveys is that they don't look as good as they do when you use GrowForm, for example. So I talked with Harvey about this, the founder of GrowForm, so Harvey Carpenter. I was on a call with him and I told him about this problem. And he basically said that he will potentially create some designs that people can use for the HighLevel surveys as well. So how I am going to do this is that I'm going to use the GrowForm internally for roofmax.ai because I think it looks really good and it represents the brand really well. And I don't really need to A/B test this much because we just need 10 clients, so I don't really care. And we will most definitely test a GrowForm when we run ads for our clients as well, and kind of compare it to, is it worth to go through the hassle of not having a natively HighLevel survey for our landing pages for our clients or not? But the reason why I really want to test GrowForm is because they look so good and they have all of these pre-built designs as well, which looks really good. And I think they're going to work really well. Because again, if you've been running ads for local businesses, you know that the landing page is literally or really the most important thing in the form as well. That's why I'm super excited about GrowForm. And you can go to maxperzon.com/GrowForm if you want to sign up. It's an affiliate link. Use it if you want to. If you don't, no worries. But I highly recommend that you check them out. And they also do have, if I'm not mistaken, a 14-day free trial. So they have a free trial that you can test. I think it's 14 days. Now, what we want to do before I forget is that inside of my form here, we want to make sure that we go to edit form settings. And when somebody opts in, we want to take them to the final page of my funnel. So that's going to be https://roofmax.ai/thanks. So now I want to save the form. Now we can continue. So now what we want to do is that I want to get all of the GrowForm survey applications into Google Sheets. And I've already prepared this. So I'm basically going to store all of the applications inside of this Google Sheet. So here you can see on the first row, essentially, I have all of the different questions that we have in the survey. So we have the annual revenue, monthly ad spend, current cost per lead. We also have business type, business website, business role, sales reps, etc., etc. So we're going to make sure that every single time somebody goes through this form or survey, we're going to place all of the responses here on top to bottom, and we can just very easily just delete the ones that are not relevant, and we can contact the ones that are relevant. And so to get all of the responses from this form into this Google Sheet, we will have to use Zapier. So now we can create a SAP very easily. And this SAP we want to trigger with grow form. So we find grow form right here. And then the event is going to be new form submission. And click on continue here as well. And then we're going to connect grow form. It's going to load. And then I'm going to put the API key here. All right, so I connected the form. I can click on continue. And then form ID, we want to make sure that we use the roofmax.ai form. We click on continue. And then we're going to test this trigger. And now you can see that we pulled in some data here that I did with the test lead. So that's perfect. Now we can continue with selected record. Now what we want to do is to search for Google Sheets. So I'm gonna do Google Sheets, and then we're gonna do an event. So we're actually going to create a spreadsheet row. I'm gonna click on continue. Then we're gonna choose an account. I am gonna make sure that we add a new account, and I'm gonna log in with my roofmax.ai email. We're gonna click on allow, and then we will click on continue, and then drive, we will just select my Google Drive, and then for spreadsheets we will select the roofmax applications, which I prepared before. So this is basically this one. And then for worksheet, we're just going to do the sheet number 1, and the worksheet is basically the one here on the bottom, and we just have one. Then what I will do is that I will simply just put in all of the basically data that I'm getting from grow form into this spreadsheet. And I will not bore you guys with all of this right now, but the whole idea is that every single time somebody opts in the funnel or uses the form essentially here on the landing page, we will first of all get them into grow form so we can review all of the leads here, as you can see. And that's actually a valid way that you can do it. It's very simple. However, I also had the idea that I wanted to get them into a separate spreadsheet. I'm gonna test both because I'm just used to getting them into a spreadsheet. However, it might actually be unnecessary to do because it's just built into grow form, so you don't really need to have a separate extra form as well right now. So the final thing we want to do now is just to test everything. So make sure everything is working end to end, and we're going to test the entire funnel. So I'm going to open up an incognito window, and I'm going to go to roofmax.ai. So first of all, the homepage is loading. It looks really, really good. Now I'm going to just click on show me how. I'm going to put in my name and my email. So I'm going to put in a fake number here, and then I'm going to click on I agree. I'm going to click on show me how. Now we should get redirected to the VSL page. That is working. I should be able to click play on the video here, and that is working as well. Right now it's just a placeholder video, but that's fine. I can read all of the blog copy here. That's good. I can click start your application, then apply now, and then the form loads perfectly. I can go through the form. Let's say I'm a residential and residential solar. I'll make 10 to 20 million. I canvassing direct mail and SEO. I do spend this much. I have 11 to 20 sales reps. I paid $10 to $50 per lead. The website is test.com, and my address is this, let's say, and not available. And then we do title, we do JSON Doe, and jasondoe@gmail.com. And then for phone number, we just do 333 like so. And then we submit it, and it redirects me to the thank you page. It says, thanks, Max. We'll be in contact soon. And everything is working as it should. So that's good. So now if I go into HighLevel, I should have a contact inside of HighLevel, which is basically Max Perzon. This is the lead that I opted in with. That is working correctly. And if I go into grow form, if I refresh the page here, we should have Jason Doe here at the end. See all of the data that I opted in with as well. Let's say these two was not a good fit. I'm gonna delete those. Now we have Jason Doe right there working fine. Obviously, then the next step is to check that everything is working on the phone as well. But that's basically it for today's video. We have the funnel, we have the website up and running and ready to go. Now in the coming videos, what I am going to do is that we're gonna fix the sales pipeline. We're gonna make sure that we have that. We're also gonna fix some simple automations for this. We're also gonna create a sub account for the actual clients as well. So for the actual roofing clients, we're gonna build out a snapshot for them as well. So yeah, it's a lot of exciting stuff to come, but that is basically it for today's video. And in the next video, we are going to fix the actual VSL video and the pitch deck. So I will see you there.